Hello everyone and welcome back to the .NET world. In my last video, I have given you the explanation on view child versus view children in Angular. If you haven't watched that video, please go and check out the same. Today we will going to see the use of the static keyword in view child. So static keyword we can use as a second argument in view child or if I say in a view children. So I will going to take only the example of view child because the same thing you can apply on the view children. So we will going to see the static keyword and the use of the static keyword. So basically, before Angular 9 version, if we want to access the element reference of the view child, then we have to use ng after view initiate method. Or if I say inside the ng after view initiate method only, you can access the element reference. But after Angular 8 version, you can access the view child or if I say the element reference of HTML template in ng on initiate method also. Now we will going to see some of the example which will give you the clear understanding of static keyword or if I say the use of static keyword in view child. So let me remove this code. So now or if I say let me comment this down. I'm going to remove this unnecessary code from here. Save this. Now as we are taking the example of view child and the same thing you can apply on the view children. Both are it is same. Ref, save this. Now by default the static is a false. So if I'm going to use the static keyword, second argument as a true. So true means you can use this element ref in the ng on initiate method also. So we will going to implement on initiate interface and use on initiate method. I'm going to log some console over here to give you the idea. Now if I will going to run this code, you can see here element ref has been print. I'm going to let's run this code. Yeah, see you can see the element ref. You can also see what are the elements which we have in the HTML template. And same if I using in the ng after initiate also, it will also going to work if the static is a true. Now if I make the static as a false, you will not going to see the this dot result element ref, or if I say the console dot log will be undefined. And let me run this code. See, it is undefined. Why? Because here the static is false. And as I told you, the by default the static will be false. If you want to use in ng on initiate method, then you have to do static is equal to true to use that particular element ref variable. And now if I uncomment this part, you can see over here element ref is came. Okay, and same it is undefined for the ng on initiate method. This is the first thing. Now the second thing is if you using this static colon true and there is a structure directives like ng if and ng4, then you will not be able to access the element. Why? Because the view has not been initiated or if I say the created and you are trying to get the element ref before it's creating of the view. So you will not able to access the element because before that it is checking the ng if and ng for structural directives. And if you want to use the structural directives or if I say any directive, so your view should be created. It should be initialized, it should be initialized and it should be created, and after that we can use ng if and ng for structural directive to access the element of HTML template. Now if I take some example, over here we're going to give check take any, and for true I will going to take the true for this check, and let me remove this part. Now if I use ng is something will be check. Now if I go over here here we are getting some error. Why? Because we have not imported the common module. I need to import the common module over here. And now you can see, yeah, now if you see the import common module has came from Angular as common. So it is imported. Now you can access the structure directives, the common module. This is a true, and as we are using a static false, so I will going to show you the color of the element. Now if I run this, you can see it is a green color. If I change to red, you can see my color change to red. So means you can able to access the elements of the HTML template if you're using the structured directives like ngif, ngfor to check some condition before you have to get the value of the elements. Okay. Now if same thing I will going to use in ng on initiate, I will going to copy this, paste over here. If I will going to run this, you will see some error is coming. Why? Because we are not getting this element ref, okay, in this result variable, and also we are not able, as we are getting undefined, so we will not able to assign any background color, or if I say any you can do any logic on the element ref, or if I say the elements of the HTML template. Now if I make this as a true, and let me do this, clear this, going to run, see it is undefined. Now we have used the static true, then also it is getting undefined. Why? Because we have used the structure directive, and hence we are not able to apply the condition on the elements, because it is not able to find this ng, and we have not created the our view. It is not initialized, and we are accessing the elements of the HTML. And same thing we are using the structure directive. That's why we are not getting the result, or if I say the element reference in the result variable. And you can see we are getting the undefined, and we are not able to set the color over here. Now if I remove this structure directives from here and save this, now you can see the color has changed to red. So if you want to use this static, or if I say if you want to use the element in the ng on initiate, so you have to change the static equal to true. You have to make the static as a true, then only you can use this element reference variable inside the ng on initiate method. And also you can change the color, or if I say you can work on it. Okay, but there is a some if I say that some drawback, means if you are using some structure directives, so in that case you will not able to use the elements, okay, element reference, and also you cannot use the template reference of the HTML element in the component class. And same thing, you cannot work on that particular element, like if you want to change the color, if you want to get some value from the element, okay, so you cannot work on it. So that is a drawback. And mostly we follow that we have to use the static equal to false, or if I say the by default, like we have the static false only, and we have to use all the element reference under ng after view initiate method only. So it is a, like it's a, if I say preference means we have to use that ng after view initiate mostly, because it is not good to use that element reference in ng or initiate. Okay, and mostly we follow that we use static false, or if I say the by default behavior of static, which is a false, because whenever you want to work with the element reference, or if I say work with the element reference variable, and you're using the view child, then you have to use that element reference inside the ng after view initiate method only, because your view has been created, it has been initialized. And in ng initiate, your view has not been initialized or created, only the component has been created or initialized. Yeah, so it is recommended that you have to use static false only. And because if you use the static true, then in some cases like structural directives which I shown you, you cannot able to access the element reference, or if I say the template reference variable of HTML or DOM object. This will help you a lot to answer in the interview, because now you are the concept clear about view child and view children with their arguments. Thanks for watching, and if you have any doubt, please comment.